It is raining, it is wet. So yeah, I'm not too sure about how this market is actually going to go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. So today we have 2 Christmas markets that we're going to prep for and attend. So I'm going to join this video into like a market prep and also attending the actual market. So all in the one video just to make it a little bit easier. Now I have 2 markets to attend and I've actually already attended one, so I am filming this intro a little bit later, but I have my next market tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to take you along to the actual market itself, but first I'm going to input some footage from all of the preparations that I've done over the last few weeks, and then we'll jump back to the market, and then we'll jump at the end to do my little recap of how it went, let you know how much I made, what sold, the events of the market, and all that good stuff. So keep watching and let's go on to the market prep. So just outside Bunnings, I thought I would invest in some gazebo walls finally. So they are the Australia ones. So now I have 3 gazebo walls because it is going to rain this market. And look at this, a little Christmas box. It's so cute. Okay, resuming for dinner, but I feel like I've made 0 progress. I added some extra tags. I need more space. I think I'm going to actually put up a few more of these just to feel like there and give myself some height so I can put some of these things on, because I need more crates. This will have to do for now. I am running out of time. Hey guys, so just a quick update. We are currently 1 day away from the market, so it is tomorrow. I am feeling a little underprepared, although I do have enough stock, I think, for this market. It is actually a 4.5-hour market, so it's not a big market. My bump-in time is between 1:30 and 2:30, I think, so I'm going to be there at 2, which is kind of what I was planning to do anyway. So I'll be there about 2. Take me about an hour and a half to set up, and then I should be able to start trading around 3:30, I guess, depending on how quick I can set up. It is actually forecasted to rain. It's not forecasted to rain a lot, but it is forecasted to rain like sporadically. So I am a little worried that it may be raining when I'm setting up, or around, I think, 6 o'clock as well. So there are a lot of performers that are going to be performing, including like Santa Claus and the Cocomelon crew and some other singers and dancers. So I am worried that people may not come out if it's raining, and understandably so, right? So I'm thinking, oh, I don't know what the turnout's going to be like. So hopefully I can get a lot of sales in at the start before it starts raining, and then maybe towards the end of the night there might be some more people coming through. But again, I'm not sure. There's also fireworks, but if it's raining, I guess they won't be able to do them, so there may actually not be fireworks. My previous market was cancelled, which I think I've already mentioned in my vlogs. So this is my second Christmas market of the year. So the first one cancelled, then there's this one. Then I have one more, which is a couple of days away from Christmas. So it's in 2 weeks' time. So hopefully this market doesn't get cancelled. Otherwise, I'll only have one market. And this is a kind of time of year when it gets really, the weather isn't great. Like, it's really rainy on and off. It's super hot. It's going to be 34 degrees Celsius. And yeah, so I am not looking forward to the heat. Setting up in the heat is just... I really struggle setting up my gazebo at the best of times, and I just like am drenched in sweat when it's really hot. So I don't know. Hopefully it's okay and it's a quick setup. There's not very many vendors there. There's only like 6 vendors and the rest are food, so it might be actually quite good. So we're going to find out what it's like and who my neighbours are, but we don't really know where we are. We know that like the general area, but I don't know exactly where my position is, which I'm kind of worried about because the park is quite big. So I guess we're going to find out more. I have done a mock setup, which I don't know if I've shown you in the previous clip or in a clip that's going to follow this one, but I have done a mock setup downstairs in our garage. So I'm pretty content with the setup. It is just like a U shape, just 2 8-foot tables, and that's just going to be the setup, I guess. I was thinking of doing a Z shape, but I don't have a smaller table to do the Z shape, but also I don't know whether I'll be on a corner, and I think the Z shape works best on a corner. So for now, I'm just going to prep for the U-shape setup, and we're going to see how that works out. Also, there's going to be a fair amount of wind, so I actually went to Bunnings and I bought 3 of the side walls that go along the side of the gazebo, so I should be able to block out some of the wind. The only problem with putting sidewalls on a gazebo is it becomes like a gigantic inflatable, and if the wind catches inside, it lifts the tent up. So then you need really strong weights. And I do use water weights, but we'll see. This is why I really like to do indoor markets, because the outdoor markets can just be really unpredictable. Whereas if I'm doing an indoor market and it rains, who cares? Like, I'm inside. Also, don't have to set up like gazebos and tables and things. It's inside. So that is, yeah, that's my update. I do need to still assemble some little mini bouquets. I haven't assembled them. I still have a bunch I need to hot glue. I don't want to run out the battery on my hot glue gun, because that's also the battery that I need to use for my my light, and it's going to be a night market. So I really need to make sure that I've got enough light in my tent, otherwise it'll be dark. So yeah, that's my update. I need to do a couple more price tags, I think, and then we're pretty much it. I really didn't want to have to crochet. So I didn't really want to have to prep tonight. I wanted just to be able to crochet tonight and tomorrow and not prep anything. So I'm hoping everything is set up and I can like just crochet and not have to worry about like tagging things and making sure. I actually need to make sure everything's in my square. I don't have my inventory set up in square. I do have some, but there were some new things I made, so I need to put them in square. So actually I have a list of stuff. I'll show you the list. This is my list. So it's just a little catnip one. So I just basically have a bunch of stuff. Like, so my writing's terrible. Oh, I need to buy white ribbon. I didn't do that. Anyway, add items to square reader, check if I have enough paper bags. I'm pretty sure I do. I just bought some more thank you cards, so I need to add them into my bags. I can do that when I'm at the market. I like sort of doing things that make it look like I'm busy. And counting my cash box. I think I've got enough. I got some cash from the bank today. By gazebo wall. So I've actually done like a fair bit. Off my list. So I think we're pretty good. I just need to do the little things that are going to take up a little bit of time, like putting up some more cash, so putting up some more signs, and then I can probably relax after this. And I just need to wrap my flowers, and they're annoying to wrap, so one more thing to do. But yeah, I'll check in probably tomorrow morning on market day. We have managed to fit all of our boxes in these. These are from Bunnings and they're awesome. All of my crates that you saw missing are in here. I just have this. So, woohoo! It is so hot because it's like 30 something degrees right now at night time, but I finished setting up, like packing the car. Another reason that I use these wrap and move bags I just showed you guys is because they're waterproof. So if it's raining like it's going to rain tomorrow, it's actually forecasted to storm. So we're going to be setting up in a storm, but then it's going to be fine for the event. So I'll take that. I don't want everything to get wet while I'm waiting to get set up. And although those plastic containers are also waterproof, they can leak because mine have cracks in them. So I'll show you what the car looks like now fully packed, except for I don't have the water weights packed because I'm going to pre-fill them before I go. And this is the car so far. So I pretty much have all my plushies in another one of these bags. My 2 tables, my canopy. I have to like fold down the seat to get the canopy in. It's so long. And this is all my like odds and ends. So it's like my bag, square reader, cash box, my light, my SE2 light. So I pack a lot lighter now, and I try and use these bags because I can fold them down. I don't like using these because they don't fold down. So once they're empty, you just have these and it's a pain. So these make it easier. That's why I have like all of my storage. This is my water weights, my tent walls. So yeah, this is the car. I do have my trolley, packs down really good. This is Kmart, 2 seats and the gazebo there. So, oh, and I have my flowers in the front. Barely any flowers. Once I put those in, I'm done. Hi guys, so it is market day today. Unfortunately, it is raining. Like, it's raining, it's storming. They haven't called the market off, so I assume we're just going to be going ahead with it. So I am due to bump in an hour, actually hour and a half or so, and it is raining. Let me show you what it looks like outside. It's so sad. As you can see, it is raining, it is wet. The thunder clouds are starting to show themselves a little bit. So yeah, I'm not too sure about how this market is actually going to go because it is just so bad weather. People generally will like to not camp, but sit down with their blankets and picnic chairs and things. But it's going to be so wet, and where the market is a park, And this park generally holds a lot of water on the fields, so I can't see this being the kind of market that people are going to want to bring their family to or kids, because it's going to be wet. And the main parking for the event is on a sports playing field, and it also holds a lot of water when it rains. So I don't even know whether they'll allow cars to park on the playing fields, because it will wreck the playing fields and people are going to get bogged. So I don't know what's going to happen. They haven't told us that it's going to be cancelled yet, and it's already 12:48. I'm due to bump in at between 1:30 and 2:30, but I thought I'd make my way down there at 2, because it's like a 2-minute drive from me. So I don't know, their food vendors have already started bumping in. Apparently their bumping times is between 12:30 and 1:30. And they haven't mentioned anything about cancelling yet, so I assume that it's continuing on. I am worried about the thunderstorms that are due to start at 2, or before 2, which is when I'm going to be bumping in. I don't really want to bump in with thunderclouds. And also there's going to be a big stage there with lots of performers and some quite like famous performers as well. So I don't know whether they're allowed to have performers on a stage when it's raining and storming. Like the sound equipment would get wet, but I don't know, there's a lot of roaming people as well. So people dressed up that are going to be walking like all around the markets, like Santa and JJ from Cocomelon. So I don't know how they're going to do that. It's not supposed to rain. It's technically not supposed to rain from, I think, 2:30 onwards. But all morning I've been watching the forecast and it's been changing constantly. Like it wasn't supposed to be raining after 1:30, but now it's apparently going to rain up until 2. So I'm thinking it's going to just keep on raining later and later and later. So I don't know. It's just such a shame, because my last market got cancelled and now I have this market as my second market, my second one out of 3. So now I've only got this market plus the next one in 2 weeks. And if this one gets cancelled, or if it's a bad turnout, I really only have maybe one Christmas market that I can kind of pin my hopes and dreams on, and that one is like 3 days away from Christmas. So I don't know if people are going to be actually purchasing 3 days before Christmas unless they're like super last minute unprepared. And the things I sell, like my flowers, I usually aim towards like teacher gifts. Like that's what they're generally bought at the end of the year. Like people are buying them as graduation gifts and Christmas gifts for teachers, and school finishes on the 16th. So this is going to be the last market that people can buy teacher gifts for, because schools finish on the 16th of December and my market is on the 21st, my next one. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be one of those days, I think, where it might be okay towards the end of the night because it's going to be fireworks. People might make their way down, but I think it's only going to be locals. I don't think anyone's going to like travel for anything in the rain. So we'll see. I'll take you guys along to the market and we can see what it's like together. I am worried about setup because I can't put my marquee up on my own because it's really heavy. It's a new one I bought this year. So I bought it this year and it's super heavy. It's a 2-person one and I really struggle getting it up, and usually I can ask someone to help me and people are fine with helping. Like I help people put theirs up too, but I don't really want to ask someone, hey, can you help me put up my marquee in like the middle of the rain? So there's going to be a lot of people from the council there, like that work at the council, that'll be helping. And I hope they can help me set up my marquee. I'm just really nervous about the whole thing. I'm almost feeling about just not showing up, but I really don't want to do that if it's not going to rain later on. Like if it was forecasted to rain during the event, I probably would just not show up. I would like not show up. I would just tell them I'm not showing up. Because as soon as my item falls off the table, I can't sell it. And if kids are running around and things fall off the table, which sometimes happens, I can't sell that stock. It gets dirty and I can't clean it. So I am worried about my stock getting damaged and just being overly wet and miserable. It's going to be like 34 degrees as well, Celsius, which is really hot. Plus rain equals humidity. The humidity will probably be like 90%. Anyway, that's my check-in for the market morning, and I will let you guys know how it all goes as we go. So I'm going to leave in like an hour and like 20 minutes or something. So yeah, how cute is my Christmas tree? So my daughters and I set this one up. We don't actually have a star for the Christmas tree because this branch is not strong enough to support like a star. So instead we have this guy. It's a Santa Claus. It's from IKEA and he's like Velcros around. So he kind of like straps himself there. Anyway. Okay guys, so we are all set up and we are about to leave. I've got stuff in the bag everywhere. It's raining. It's just really badly raining. So I don't know. It's supposed to stop raining in 15 minutes. So I'm going to go set up now. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And yeah, it's raining a lot. I have a poncho, which I am not afraid to wear. So I'm going to be setting up in a poncho and praying that it stops raining, because yeah, I don't want to be in a bad mood for this market. I was really looking forward to it, but now I'm just thinking that maybe it's just going to be a bit of a bust. But on the council's website, they have stated to keep checking back for updates whether it would be cancelled or not. But my bump in time is now, so I haven't heard anything, so I'm just going to go ahead with it. I hope I don't have to set up and then pack down straight away. Like, I'll be so frustrated if they cancel it after I've set up the gazebo. So let's go. So we are 1 hour away from actually starting, and it is hot. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see, I am drenched in sweat. It's disgusting. We're right across from the water as well, which is really nice. So you might have just seen a pan around. There is Samantha Jade singing. I can hear her singing. She's stunning. So she'll be singing later on. I think they're doing sound test. There's quite a few beautiful singers. But we're a little bit far away from the stage, and the food trucks are behind us, which is nice, but it's just wet and puddles. It's just, yeah. Anyway, no sales so far, so I will check in. I guess it's half an hour from opening, sorry. And I don't know if anyone's going to come. It's wet. Lots of kids around, but they've been here for ages, so I think they're just a party. But anyway, I'll check in. So I've already stuffed up. I actually forgot to bring the sleeves for these that I made last night. So now I have a whole bunch of flowers I can't sell because I don't have the sleeves. And by sleeves, I mean these. So without these, I kind of can't package them in anything. So anyway, what can we do? So I've got my partner coming to hopefully get me those so I can put them with the rest of my stock. So yeah, it's now 4:19, 20 minutes till the event starts, and no sales yet. It's sunny, yes! The sun has come out, thank goodness. Oh my goodness, it's sunny and it's just started, but no sales. In and sold 4 items. Weather has cleared up as well, which is great, so let's keep going.
Ready?
Check in, $219 made and not many sales, so it's 2 hours until we finish, but it is slow. Dinner. Less than 1 hour to go and I'm over it. We have 40 minutes to go and I'm ready for a sleep. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I'll do a check-in when I finish. Okay guys, so the part of the video that I'm sure you're all waiting for, and that is the market recap. So this market was not great. In fact, you may have seen previously that it was raining. It was actually storming and it was just terrible weather, to be honest. I was actually checking the Instagram and Facebook page for the council to see whether they were actually going to cancel the event, and they didn't. I thought that they would cancel because it was thundering and there was actually some pretty big stage events going on later on in the day. Actually starting at 4 o'clock when the event started, or 4:30, there was straight away stage performances, and I thought that they wouldn't be allowed to have that if it was raining and storming. So it actually stopped raining pretty much as soon as I finished setting up. So I set up in torrential rain and I had to get my vendor neighbor to help me put the tent up, and he was really cool. He offered and he like put it up in 5 seconds. I don't even know how he did that. He pretty much did it on his own while I just sort of stared in disbelief at how is it possible to get my gazebo up in 5 seconds. And then he helped me with my walls. So you guys saw me buy some gazebo walls and he helped put them up because I've never put them up before, so that was really good. And the gazebo walls were awesome. He actually had some gazebo walls on his tent that had like half transparent. So it was like the square and then the top transparent and the bottom just the normal, like not see-through, just a regular part of the wall, so people could see your products, which I thought was really awesome. And I kind of wish I had that because I had my 2 sides and I had, you know, it was completely blocked off, so no one could really see what I was selling unless you were right in front of my gazebo. And I hate to do that, but it was just windy, rain, and I just didn't want to get my plushies wet. So there was supposed to be 5 vendors there, like 5 other people, or 5 all up. 5 all up, I think, which is a really small market. And I was actually really surprised when I got the floor layout because there's some pretty great artists playing at this event, like famous artists. So to see there's only 5 people selling non-food things, and I think there was like 20 food trucks. So some of the food trucks didn't show up, and one or 2 of the vendors didn't show up as well. So there was like 3 or 4 of us just there, kind of away from everyone as well. Like they had the entertainment at the front, then they had a big gap, and then it was us, and then big gap, and then food trucks. So it was a bad layout. It also cost me $100 to be there. It's either $100 or $150, depending on whether you're a small business in the area, which I am. So it's run by our local council. So if you're a small business in their council, then you can get it for $100. Otherwise, it's $150. So anyway, with that being said, I didn't make a sale for a while, and then I actually had this really nice family come along and buy my large dino and also my dragon straight off the bat. And they gave me a $100 note and were like, "Don't worry about the change." So I was like, "Really? Are you sure?" It was like a $10 change or something that they would have got, but they're like, no, it's fine. And honestly, without them, I would have struggled to get my booth fee back. And actually, later on in the night, my partner's friends came, my partner's like best friends and their family came to support me. So they bought a bunch of things from me. And if it wasn't for them, honestly, like I would have just, it would have just been a terrible night. Like I would have made back my booth fee, but that was it. Like that's all I would have made. So it would have been pointless me being there. So I'll tell you what I actually made. So I made a total of $489. And I'm just looking down as usual because phone. I made 15 sales. So I sold 1 of my large dinos. I sold 2 of my bare milk tea, which I'm actually really happy about because they don't sell at conventions. They only sell at outdoor markets, which is really strange. I sold 3 assorted keychains, and I think they were all axolotls as well. I sold 1 large bowl, 2 of my medium bowls, and a bunny. Oh, I sold my dragon, a reindeer, a regular, like the small dino, and my large leggy froggy. I sold 1 mini bouquet, 1 chubby frog, 1 sunflower, 1 leggy frog, and 1 capybara, and 1 pocket chicken. So that was the event. Would I do it again? No. I will not be signing up for this event next year, but I do have another event next week in the same location, but by a completely different event organizer, which I'm excited for. I am in the middle of prep and I'm going to go back to market prepping. Sorry about the angle, super quick check-in. I've just started making a turtwig, so let me spin you around. So this is the body and it looks so strange at this angle. His legs kind of stick out a little bit, which is weird. The pattern is crocheted by Elle. I'm not really a fan of how it's like open at both ends at one point. Like, I don't know. It's a different way of doing legs. But anyway, we're just gonna trust the process. But I do really love his little head. Isn't it cute? Oh, it's got some fluff. Oops. Look at his little head, and I use these eyes. I didn't have the same colored glitter
eyes as his yarn. I actually did have it in a smaller one. Sorry, excuse my nail polish. I did have it in this color in his eyes in a smaller eye, but I wanted the big one because Turtwig has big eyes. So yeah, it's his little cheeks. I think it looks really cute. We just have to do the shell, which is going to sit on top. That's why it's quite tall. And his little head will be like this. Can we see it? Can we envision? So yeah, I just need to do his shell, and then his little stem and leaves, and then we will check back in. It is market day today, and check out these little earrings. It is actually really sunny today, so it's not going to be torrential rain and storm like the last market, so hopefully the crowd's out in force. But let's go. Okay, so now time for the recap, which I'm sure you're interested to hear about how this second and final Christmas market went. And I was really hoping that this year would be a really great year for me in terms of the Christmas markets, because last year they were really great markets. I had 2 markets and they performed as expected for a Christmas market. In fact, I didn't have enough stock. So this time I was really hoping to have enough stock, and I did. I had a lot of stock, but sadly, this second market did not go to plan. So there was a lot more people at this particular market, and it was more similar to a Christmas market, but it still didn't have the right amount of people, I guess, for what you would expect a Christmas market to have. And I guess this market was held on the 21st of December, which is too close to Christmas, I think, for people to want to shop and spend. And by the 21st of December, all of school has finished in Australia. So anyone who's wanting to buy last minute gifts for their teachers would have already done that last week. So the week before the market ended. And that meant that half of my regular, I guess, customer base wasn't there. So last Christmas, I made a lot of sales on my flowers for Christmas, for end of year gifts for teachers and daycare teachers. I didn't have it this year because unfortunately my market was after it had already closed. The school was closed down. It was holidays. And the market before that would have been good for that, but it was raining and storming, as you saw, so there was just no one there. So I think it was a case of me being in the wrong place at the wrong time this year. And I did try and choose local events because I didn't want to have to travel too far. And this particular venue was just down the road from where I lived. And I did it last year and it was great, but it was just too close to Christmas. And I think the one that got cancelled was the November one, would have actually been the best one, because it was perfect timing right in November when everyone's starting to shop. So it wasn't a great market. And I'll tell you what the figures are. Let me just look at my phone because that's where I've got my numbers. So the total I made this market was $511.80, and it was a $200 booth fee. So it was a profit of $300, which I guess this is subjective, but for a Christmas market, it's pretty poor. A Christmas market in Sydney, it's not great, especially because it's a 5-hour market plus an hour and a half to set up, an hour to pack down, and all the costs involved in all the setup that you need to do, all the effort and the costs that goes into it. I mean, it's worth it in terms of that's $300 I wouldn't have had before. And I mean, it's not even $300 profit if you think about it, because I didn't calculate any of my expenses like yarn and all that sort of stuff that goes into actually making the plushies, or my time that goes into making all these plushies. So it probably was closer to $150 profit, or maybe a little bit more than that. But it just, it was a really underwhelming Christmas market. But I have also noticed that outdoor markets just haven't been the same, I guess, this year. There have been some really great ones that I do every year, and they perform well, and I stick with those, like my spring fair, and the school one that I went to as well. I don't know, just the regular outdoor markets that are on like monthly or every couple of months, they just don't seem to do that well. I think everything's starting to plateau a little bit, and also the economy is obviously horrible at the moment. People are finding it hard just to buy groceries, so it does make sense we're not just spending money for no reason. You know, my plushies are not things you need to buy. They're very much just like gifts or impulse buys. It's not going to, you know, you don't need it to survive. So I don't want people to think they need to purchase from me. I don't want to sound like I'm entitled to someone purchasing from me or entitled to their money, because that's not the case. But it's just, I guess, I'm a business, and I guess if anyone's interested in, you know, hearing about the business itself and customer activity around this time of year and the economy, then you know, that's just the information that I'm providing. A few points to make, and I'll elaborate more about this in my, I guess, plans for 2025 video, which will be coming out soon. I am kind of changing my trajectory a little bit. I have been doing outdoor markets now for 1.5 years, and you know, I've noticed trends, and I've noticed where I perform better because I've just been experimenting with a ton of different types of markets. So I am actually looking to do a lot more indoor events and hopefully no outdoor events next year. I will do one if I can get in. It's the one I always do. It's my spring fair, and maybe a school event as well, because that was quite good for me. And it was indoor, but it was a typical market. But I will be concentrating mostly on art markets and anime gaming conventions, because that seems to be where I do the best. I'm personally in the biggest geek, so I find my community at, you know, anime and gaming conventions. That's where all my people are. So I feel more at ease there. Whereas I'm finding with outdoor markets, I find myself struggling a little bit. It's just making me want to change direction a little bit, I guess. But I'm gonna make another video, like my trajectory for 2025 and what I'm planning to do. I have applied for a bunch of conventions and I'm really excited about them. I don't know if I'll get in, because right now applying for markets and conventions, as you may have heard, it's actually really competitive. So I may not get in, but I might. So stick around and subscribe if you actually like watching these kind of videos, or like, you know, market prep and conventions, because I have a bunch coming up. I do have 2 locked in already. I've got Glorp Vampire Nights, and that's in February. And I also have Supernova Sydney. So that's in, I think, June. It's usually in June, but anyway, I have to check the date. So I've got those 2 locked in for now, and I am waiting to hear back on the other 3, and I'll be applying for a couple more later on. Sorry, my voice is going all funny because I have the worst allergies right now. That's pretty much my rundown for this event. The weather was great. People were out. It wasn't that many people for Christmas market, but it was, you know, an okay turnout for the 21st. That was my recap. Thank you so much for sticking through this whole double market prep vlog and double market vlog. I'd love to know what you're thinking. Let me know in the comments if you have noticed this trend as well, if you are also a market vendor, or if you just like to attend markets. Do you noticing more and more people attending these markets, or less? Or, you know, let me know what you're thinking. I love to hear all perspectives. I think it's really great to get a good rounded perspective. But yeah, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. Please like and subscribe. It helps my channel, and also you can get notified of all the cool things I have coming up in 2025, which include market vlogs, market prep. I'm going to be doing like how to do a market, and I'm also going to be doing some tutorials. So I have some cool tutorials that I was going to release some crochet patterns, but I'm just going to release them for free on YouTube instead. And yeah, so stick around for those. So subscribe if this is what you want to see in the future. And thank you so much for all your support in 2024. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next vlog. Goodbye.